We are in the center of Sukkot. A number of us built a booth Wednesday night, and it was one of those events that you kind of think about, you enjoy, and it brings you to a place where you go, I think God's taking care of us. Because what ended up happening was we were on the top of a hill that overlooks Utica, and on the property we scheduled to start building the booth at 4, and we had the sticks out, and we started putting it together, and a number of us were working on it, and so this booth started going up. And we started working on it, and it took us, a little bit over an hour maybe to assemble it. And so we assembled the booth, and as we assembled the booth, then there was about another hour of decorating the booth. And after assembling it and decorating it, then there was time to pray in the booth. And we did that, and then we went to grab food. And as we went to grab food, thunderclouds, rain, and all sorts of weather came rolling in. But it was one of those things where we had glorious and magnificent weather to build the booth. But once we didn't need the glorious, magnificent, and wonderful weather, it was gone. It was kind of like there had been carved out in the weather just what we needed in order to build a booth and to be joyful and to celebrate Sukkot. And so on the first day of Sukkot, I got a chance to spend a couple hours in the booth, and it was magnificent. I invite any of you who wish to come to the booth to come and celebrate in the booth as well. And then the other thing that has happened is today I went into the booth, and as I was going into the booth, water was pouring down my face. As we celebrate Sukkot, and as we step into this at this point in time, what is the purpose of the fall feasts? And what is the purpose of God bringing things together? There is an awakening that happens at Rosh Hashanah, also known as the Feast of Trumpets. This is the Feast of Revival. This is the Feast of getting us awake. Then there is the Feast of the Day of Atonement, where we focus on the one who has brought us to a separation from our sin and who has paid the price for sin and death. And then, coming off of that, is a feast of celebration. Now, the Feast of Celebration, like many other feasts biblically, it has multiple tiers to it. The multiple tiers to the Feast of Celebration are very simple and are very easy. The multiple tiers to the feast include rejoicing and joyfulness for what God has presently given us. It includes rejoicing for how God has taken care of us, not only as individuals, but as families and as tribes and as peoples. It also includes the fact that God has not only promised to take care of us in the present time, God not only took care of us this past year and has promised to take care of us this next year, but God is also in the process of promising that there is an eternal, eschatological, end times way in which there's going to be a harvest that's going to take care of all of humanity. And so this Sukkot and this service, I want to focus on our end. Because there is a cycle of feasts, and at the cycle of feasts we come to the end.